Hello. Today we're doing lab two, question one, personal information. Write a Java program that prompts the user to enter the following personal information: full name, address, date of birth, phone number. Store each piece of information in a variable and then print them each on a separate line using one print statement. All right, let's get started. For this particular one, I'm going to use the dialog box for using J option pane. Give me just a moment. First things first, we're going to use a import statement to use this dialog box. Put it right here. And spelled it wrong. Import Java dot J dot dot J. Ugh. Open dash pane. We'll spell import wrong. Oh, lowercase I. I'm so silly. That's what it was. Remove used import. Why would I do that? There you go. Excuse me. I must use this import statement to use the dialog box later on in my code. Okay. Next, I'm going to declare my variables that will store the user information. I'm typing string so that the computer knows that this isn't a number, it's just words. No, I'm gonna just copy this so I don't have to write it so many times. Control Z, Control Z. I'm gonna copy this. Just paste it. Paste, really, paste, and then for the number, paste. All right. Now for address, address, space, address, and then we needed date of birth, DLB, then oop, we needed their phone number. These are my variables: name, add, DLB, and num. They represent my variables. Okay, now I'm going to ask the user. I'm going to get input from the user using the dialog box. Let's get our variables. Name, space, full space, AO. You know what? I'm gonna just copy it from here. I'm not about to type that. I need to do this 4 times. And add we no, no. It's gonna do the same thing. Equals, oops, equals, there we go. And then dot show dialogue. I'm gonna click this right up here. Boom. Dot show dialogue. And I'm just gonna copy this for the rest. Copy and then paste it for everything else. Because that's a lot to write. Okay, what will I be writing here? ENT or name, your full name. N-A. Enter your full name. I forgot that. Oops. I'm gonna just copy this whole thing and change it. Necessary. V Control E. At our semicolon. Can't forget your semicolon. All right. Enter your full name. Enter your address. Next. A D D R S. Address. Enter your address. Enter your date of birth. DOB. Okay. And then enter your phone number. EHONE. Okay, beautiful. Enter the phone number. These are going to ask the user for all these different things. Your name, address, date of birth, and phone number. Now, we're going to write a print statement that will print out all the answers given by the user. And all the answers given by the user will be stored in these different variables here. Okay, let's write it. J, capital J, O. It's basically the same thing. J option pane. I'm gonna copy that. J option pane dot show W. Okay, one thing I didn't talk about was the show input dialog. This show input dialog is so that the user can put in like their input, like can type in their input. And I'm going to show you another part after I'm done typing in show message. SSAGE. Oh, show message dialog. Okay, the show message dialogue is basically like a print statement, a print statement. Like it will print out what's necessary. Yep, type this wrong. J after pain, show message dialogue. Capital M. So message dialogue. Is it a capital S? Why are you screaming at me? No. Why is it screaming at me? Illegal start of an expression? What? I don't know what he's talking about, but what I'm doing. All right, we're gonna start off with the name. Me is I'm using the plus signs to concatenate, to link together the variable and the string, put them together. So whatever the user inputs under in their name as, it will be stored in the variable name, so on and so forth. And then I'm going to do a backslash in so that it prints an extra line after. Address. You know what? Uh, For this, I'm going to put it on a separate line so that everything can be seen all on the same window. And there's some trouble seeing it. Okay. Address. EOB. Mm, POB. Backwards in. And we got phone number. It all should print on the same line. I'm done. Let me save it real quick and run it. So I'll be able to see. All right, let me confirm that you can see the little dialog box that's popped up. Oh, you can't. Hold on. Let me share my full screen. Let me pause sharing and share my full screen so you can see. Yes. All right. All right. You should be able to see my screen. Oh, I lost the little dialog box. Hello, little dialog box. Boy, give me just a sec. Get it back up here. You should be able to see the dialog box now. Okay. Put in my name. Enter your full name. Aylorlane. Next. Enter your address. I'm gonna put in some BS address. 23 West Oh STR. West Oak Street. Date of birth. Let's just put mine. 1104-203. Boom. And then phone number. Let's put a random phone number. Boom. And it prints out name, Taylor Lane, address 123 West Oak Street, date of birth 11/04/2003. Phone number is all these sevens. Beam. There we go. Next should be the donut recipe. Let me pull up. Let me pull up the instructions so I can read it to you. Pull up the instructions so I can read it to you. Sec. Let me pull up the instructions. Oh, I stopped sharing. Oops. Let me pull up these instructions real quick. All right. The next one is donut recipe calculator. The following are ingredients for a donut recipe: 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of flour. This recipe makes 15 donuts. Write a program that prompts the user for a number of donuts for the number of donuts they want to make. The program will then calculate and display how many cups of each ingredients is needed. All right. Oh, why did it stop sharing? That's silly. Let me share one more time. Giving me some trouble. Should be able to see me. There we go. And we're back in business. Okay, we're back in business. Let's go over here. I'm going to use the scanner class for this particular one because it's a bit less complicated than using the dialog, in my personal opinion. So we're going to import the scanner class. EORT. Semicolon so I don't forget. Java. Dot UTIL dot scanner SCANN scanner. Yep. And now let's begin. Oh, I stretch my leg out. All right, let's begin. First, we're going to do our ingredients. First, we're going to do our ingredients and then move on from there. We're going to lay out the ingredients for a recipe for 15 donuts. So we're going to use I and T because they're integers, they're numbers. So sugar, SUGAR, sugar space equals I and T space butter. One, semicolon, int, space, flour, space, semicolon, boom. Okay. And now we're going to ask the user to enter the number of donuts they want to make. Is, oh, I'm going to use as out. Okay. I'll write a three. Oops. Yeah, I'm outside. Number of donuts you want to do. Enter the number of donuts you want to make. Space. All right. Let's see everything. Bing. Okay. Now we're going to use, going to store that user input. T donuts. Donuts is our variable that will store the number of donuts that the user chooses. All right. For this one, I put next int. Next int is a method that assigns the value entered as a number. Ugh. All right. Wait, wait a minute. I forgot to make my scanner object. OMG. How am I supposed to use scanner class without making the scanner object first? Am I out of my mind? What is happening with me? I forgot to use scanner object. Forget. Thought I had already typed it. I'll explain what this is for in a moment. Okay. This line is to create a scanner object to get user input. Back down to where we were. All right, next is the next few lines are going to calculate the ingredients based on the number entered by the user. Okay. I'm gonna just do this so I can get. These variables cannot be the same, or the code will not run. And our oh, you are. I know, like I know. It's upset. You put a silicone, I get a code. All right. All right. It's screaming at me because the variable butter is already defined in the main method. Well, it's already defined and it's already defined up at the top. So we need to name it something different. Hence why I'm putting needed to make this. Needed, boom. Okay, got all that. Space equals space. And then now we're gonna do the mathematics. I'm horrible at math, but I'm trying my best. Now we're going to use our variables that we created up top, up here. All right, let's make this sugar. That is not how you spell that. A-R. There we go. Sugar divided by 15 multiplied by the variable donuts. Donuts. And we're going to do the same thing for the rest of this. And all right, let's do it. Butter is divided by 10 times dough. Right, and flour. You are divided by 15. Okay. Now we have to create a print statement with all this on there. Now we have to create a print statement that will show the math and the results. and make for print statement. All right, now let's get to typing. Oh, to make us donuts. You will be. All right, let me explain this. So I put donuts, the variable donuts here, so that it will print to make whatever amount of donuts user, the user put down. It will say you will need however many donuts. All right. The next three statements will talk about how much sugar, butter, and flour you will need. I'm gonna just copy it from up here so I don't have to type it out. I'm gonna use these variables down here. Get rid of some quotations. They're variables, not just put something else there. All right. Add a space so it's not all jumbled together. Excuse me. This will print the results of the math done up here. Let's save it and run it. It's asking, enter the number of donuts you want to make. Let's say I want to make 10 donuts. You know what? Wait, wait a minute. Why is it on the next line? Oh, let me put the L in there instead. Okay, let me explain my mistake. I was typing here because I had a L in here a ln here instead of just a print. I want everything on one line. So let's resave it, stop this, and rerun it. How many donuts do you want to make? Let's say 10. 0 of them ingredients. Because this is for something, because this is for a recipe that does 15. I have to add a space here. Okay, let's run this again and do like 20. How many donuts do you want to make? 20. 0 cups of sugar, 0 cups of butter. Let's figure out where I went wrong. Figured out what the issue is. My math is backwards. My math is backwards. Oh, math is not my strong suit. So instead of this, I need to multiply here and divide here and swap donuts to the inside of the brackets, Control V, and 15 to the outside. That should fix my issue. It is screaming at me. I'll fix it. Fix this real quick. My mistake. It took me a minute to figure it out. Okay, should work now. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put in 15. Okay, voila, it works. Yay. Oh, oh, it worked. Yay. I'm actually gonna move myself to a different corner or something. Something like this. I think this would be better so that you're able to see the screen over there or something. Let me see. Uh, let's do this. I don't like this. I think like this is better so that you can see the screen. We'll share, and then I'm gonna make my background a different color so that you're able to see better. Huh, I can't do anything. It's easier to see me. Well, this is the best I got. So you can see the output on the side also, without my head being in the way. All right, it works. We can put a different number, 20, and it'll tell you how many things you'll need. All right, let's stop that from running and move on to the next one. Let me pull up this so that I can read the next one. Okay, the next one is volume of a cuboid. The formula for volume of a cuboid is volume equals length times width times height. Write a program that prompts the user to enter a length, a width, a height, and of the cube, of the cuboid. Store those values in variables. Calculate the volume and display a message with the calculated volume. All right, let's get it together now. Let's get her started. We're going to use the scanner class again for this particular thing. Let's import our scanner. IMPORT import. Let's see, we're importing the scanner class Java. So it's Java dot util dot scanner dot scanner. Right, awesome. Now let us begin. First, we got to create our scanner object. Space equals space. Um, the system dot in is a input is so that the program is able to take input from the user. Don't forget our semicolon. Now we need to ask the user to enter the length, width, and height of the cuboid. Length, okay, width, and then height. Okay, enter the length, enter the width, and height. The length of the QI. That's not a C. Oh, that is a C. And I'm just gonna copy this so I don't have to keep writing it over and over. All right, here we go. Mhm. And here, length and type width. Excuse me. All right. Now that those things there, we have to break this. length is equals space. Oh, no, it's integer. All right, let me explain. Next line is a method that assigns the value entered as a number or as an integer. And I'm going to basically do this after each one of these print statements. Then I'm going to replace that length with these are variables that I will use later in the program. Length, width, and height are variables that I will use later to calculate the volume. Now we're going to calculate the volume by multiplying the length times the width times the height. Volume. Volume is also a variable that I will be using later. Length with height and the height. Semicolon. And now we're going to print it. The volume is not spelled with an A. Spelled with an O, actually. Why would I that volume? No. Here we go. The volume of the it is volume. After I'm done, I'm going to explain what I'm doing. All right. Okay, so volume is also a variable that I'm using here in our very last print statement that states what the volume is after multiplying the length times width times height. Let's save this and run it. Now we're asking the user, what is the length? Let's say the length is 10. What is the height? Oh, I made the same mistake with the ln, but I'm gonna just leave it as is. What is the width? Let's say the width is 5. And then what is the height? Let's say the height is 20. And our answer is 1,000. The volume is 1,000. You should be able to see it. The volume is down. All right, let's stop this from running and move on to our last one. This one really threw me for a loop because I was struggling with the math. I'm so bad with math. I tried my very bestest on this. It took so long, dang near 2 days to get it right. I know it's basic arithmetic, but goodness. Okay, we're going to import our scanner class so that we may use it later in the program. Import scanner. Importscanner. Scanner. That is not how that works. It's supposed to be Java dot. Yeah, okay. Java dot util dot scanner. Semicolon. Now we're going to create our scanner object. We're going to create our scanner object. To get input from the user. Putting the system.in is to get input from the user. Now let's create our object. Mm, mm, why are you so upset with me? Let's see. What's up? Cannot find symbol? Hmm? Why is it upset here? We will start. It's java.util.scanner. That's the import, right? Not tripping. I don't know. But I'm gonna just copy it from here since it's screaming at me about something I believe I wrote correct. Still screaming at me. I don't know. I got my scanner object, SCANNER. Got my scanner object, capital S, yeah. And then here, capital SCANNER scanner. And then system.in. Da da da. Have our semicolon here. Hmm. Is it really supposed to be space? Like, I don't understand. Maybe I need to retype it. What the heck is going on right now? I'm gonna pause real quick. I figured it out. I'm slow. I put the import statement in the wrong spot. I will move it actually to the correct spot. Dun, dun. Here we go. That was the issue. Had it in the wrong spot. Okay. Moving on from creating the scanner object. Now let's ask the user to enter two numbers. Oh, I didn't even read the instructions to you. Sorry. Okay. Last question. Basic arithmetic operations. Write a program that prompts the user to enter two integers. Store these integers in two variables. Then perform and display the following operations with appropriate descriptive messages. We will be doing sum, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Mhm. And back to what we were doing. Space. Now we're going to be asking you to enter two numbers. Okay. Enter the first number. And then I'm going to type enter. SVOT number. All right. We need to pull that user in. Okay. Num num1 is my variable to represent the first number that the user will enter. I use next int so that value entered by the user is a number. All right, now we're basically gonna do the same thing. The int because it's an integer slash number. Num2 space space. All right, moving on to the next thing. Now we're going to do the math. Mm, Fraction, and then division. All right, now we're going to create variable that I can call later on the code. Num one plus num two space num one minus num two. M N U L V I multi space equals space num one times num two. Oops. That's the division. Division space num one divided by num two. All right. This is the math portion of it. I will be using these variables later. Num, sub, multi, and division are variables. I declared them here. All right. Now let's use them. Now we're going to print the results and use the variables while printing these results. All right. Now let's get to work. Ooh, that was a lot. I'm playing just a second. Let me get this spacing together because if I don't got it spaced out, I can't read it. Shoot. Okay, so sum is num1 plus num2 is equal to sum, the variable up here. And I put the plus sign in quotations so that it will print out the plus sign itself and not concatenated with num1 and num2. And I also did the same thing with the equal sign. Space equals space. I'm going to do spaces in between here too so that it doesn't look weird. Sub plus num1 plus the minus sign. Minus, space, plus, space, num2, space, plus, space, equal sign, space, equal sign, space, plus, space. All right, next. MU, L, plus num1 space plus space times num2, which is equal to multi. Multi divide division. Plus num1 plus divided by minus 1, 2 plus equals plus division. I'm gonna break this and type it. BI, BI, SIL division. All right. Should work now. Division. I use the plus sign to concatenate or link my variables together, my variables and strings together. That's what's happening. Let's save it and run it. Okay, what numbers we're gonna put? I'm gonna put 5 and 5. And there's all the answers. It says 5 plus 5 is 10, 5 minus 5, 0, 5 times 5, 25, 5 divided by 5, 1. That was everything. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.